So mine, surprise, surprise, surprise. I'm trying to get Sasha Banks some heat here, pal. Trying to get her over as a heel the way she should be on the main roster. They could still do this right now. Ideally, I would probably do this 2006. Or, I'm sorry, 2006. Yeah, when she was like 8. No, it's 2000.
She's starting with Harry Smith, pal.
Yeah, 2016. I started this in 2016, around that WrestleMania 32 time. But what I would do is, and this is something she's already kind of done, but I would have babyface Sasha Banks talk about Eddie Guerrero. He's my hero. He inspired me. That's why I'm in this business, because I watched Eddie Guerrero as a child growing up, and he was my favorite of all time. That's cool. Perfect. People love that. People respect that. She comes out to the ring. She starts wearing Eddie Guerrero ring attire, which she did at WrestleMania 32. But she's wearing this all the time now.
The Latino Heat, the fire trunks.
Yep. And then she'll go in. Well, no, actually, this is more like the red and gold, like 2005 trunks that he would wear. But yeah,
she should start with the WCW trunks.
I would love the but either way, they would probably have to do the WWE look, because that's what Vince would understand. But yeah, but so then it turns from just the attire to then she'll throw in a Three Amigos, okay, and then she'll do the slingshot senton. And then she'll do a frog splash. So she's starting to lasso from El Paso.
Shoulder shake.
So yeah, she'll start doing some of the Eddie Guerrero taunts. And it's kind of like, okay, this has gone a little past.
Starting to get a little annoying.
Yeah, so it's getting a little extra. Which is perfect, because the Sasha Banks character at its best should be extra. Should be very extra.
Bank on it.
Yeah, and so then you get in promos, it goes from just a tribute to now. Every promo is all about how much she loves Eddie Guerrero and how much she respected him and how much she watched all of his matches and has memorized all of his moves, and she wants to be the next Eddie Guerrero. And it's like, okay, this is getting a little uncomfortable. So that is when you bring Rey Mysterio in, and he kind of comes in, walks in on one of her promos, says, listen, Sasha, I get what you're doing. I loved Eddie. He was my best friend. And I think he would be very happy to know one of his fans has achieved as much success as you have. But I think you're going a little too far. Like, I think you're taking your fandom it's too obsessive. It's too obsessive. And she blows him off. Whoa. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you think you are. You don't know Eddie the way I do. Ooh, there's some heat. And Ray's just kind of like, what? Like, just flabbergasted. She walks away, leaves Ray just sitting there like, oh, okay. Whatever.
That happened.
Yeah, and so he kind of shakes his shoulders and leaves. And you keep doing this, and it keeps getting more. I mean, she comes out in the lowrider. Eventually, you do a segment where she goes into the production truck, and she screams at Kevin Dunn, you're not playing my music. I'm coming out to Latino Heat, I Lied, Chi Steel. That's my music now. And so they start playing it. And that's when...
With Eddie's Tron and everything?
No, her Tron. But she comes out and she does the whole Eddie Guerrero entrance. The lowrider, everything. The 2005 Eddie Guerrero entrance.
This is what you do. Yeah. Should have her spliced in to the Eddie video.
I like that.
Okay, it's like a best friends thing, but I can dig that. And then Chavo comes out. So this would be, say, November, December area. Because you want to start building towards Mania. Chavo comes out and says, okay, I'm going to have to ask you to stop. Like, it was fine when you started talking about him. It was fine when you were tribute to him. Now you're just stealing his thing. You are stealing the Guerrero name. And she totally blows up on him and just says, you know what? You weren't there for him like I was as a fan. Okay? I followed his every move. You weren't. You were Kerwin White. Okay? and so that's when he says, you know what? I'm going to find someone, and they're going to beat you down. And he goes up, and he gets a female wrestler. Doesn't really matter who it is. Some babyface. Maybe say Becky Lynch. Somebody that she can face at the Royal Rumble and have that big, confrontational match. Sasha cheats, goes over. Okay?
Fake, like a fake chair or something.
The fake chair shot.
She will use, the Eddie Guerrero spot. That's actually fantastic. She'll use the Eddie Guerrero spot to go over and keep the belt. So then you build up now. You're building towards Mania. You get a show in El Paso, Monday Night Raw. Vicky Guerrero comes out. Sasha Banks confronts her. And Vicky says, on behalf of the Guerrero family, on behalf of the estate of Eddie Guerrero, I'm telling you to stop. Excuse me! Who do you think you are? And that is when Sasha comes back. Excuse me! Who do you think you are? You did not love Eddie Guerrero the way I did. Which the crowd at this point is losing it.
Molten.
But this is where you drop the heat spot. If you were a better wife, Eddie Guerrero would be alive right now. And
boom.
The crowd loses it.
Explosion.
Oh.
Vicky snaps and she starts assaulting Sasha, as any respecting person would. But here's the thing. Vicky Guerrero is not an athlete. Sasha Banks is the prime of her career. I would have her as the Raw Women's Champion. And while Vicky gets the jump, Sasha just beats her down. And gets mega heat. And that is where you got your big WrestleMania angle. Who's going to stop her? Vicky comes back the next week. I found someone who I know can beat you, Sasha. Who I know has your number. Bayley. Vicky Guerrero brings out Bayley for WrestleMania. Sasha Banks versus Bayley. 1-on-1. Vicky Guerrero in Bayley's corner. And Bayley goes over strong in the middle of the ring and finally snaps this whole cycle of Sasha Banks worshiping Eddie Guerrero, co-opting his gimmick. And Vicky Guerrero gets the revenge at the end where she can kind of paintbrush her and, you know, get the whole payoff to this feud. So, you know, go ahead, Nate. I think you want to say something.
What about for Mania? She comes out as Sasha Guerrero.
Oh,
yeah,
and that's
on
the
title
final.
card.
That's the final.
That could be great. You know, that and you'd have to do it in a way where, like, maybe do another Kevin Dunn scene where she goes in there and literally threatens him.
Like, it has like a fake paperwork from a judge or something.
Yes.
Saying, I have my name changed.
Yes. Oh, that's actually, do it like a week or two in advance on Raw. Like, she changes her name and brings it to the Raw general manager. That's dirty,
weird
and
to
I
that
love
computer,
it.
though.
Yeah. I love that. And so that's where you build your giant, you know, big payoff. And now that brings Bayley in as mega babyface. And you know they're going to have a hell of a match. And especially because Sasha, as the heel, is going to be doing every single thing she can to try and retain that title. And she'll try all the Eddie tricks. But the thing is, you've got Vicky Guerrero in the corner to tell the ref, whoa. That's not how that went down. And to, you know, when she tries the chair spot, Vicky turns the ref around to catch it. And so it's like, get that out of here. That didn't happen. So you have all the counters to all those spots. And Bayley finally goes over, boom, 1, 2, 3 with the Bayley to belly, middle of the ring. You get the big payoff. And ideally, in great wrestling booking, you have a heel that gets heat until the fans can't take it any longer. And you get the babyface to finally go over and get the big triumphant finish. What better time to pay that off than WrestleMania? What better way to do it than with someone who was her biggest antagonist in NXT? You know they can have great classic matches. You give the big payoff. You send the fans home happy. I mean, there you go. But why would we want to do that when we can push Alexa Bliss and Lacey Evans?
Because blonde.
Yes. Sasha and Bayley should dye their hair blonde and get breast implants, and then they'll get a mega push.
How do you think Alicia Fox still has a job after like 12 years?
I think Peyton Royce got those titles. So that is a preview of what we want to do with fantasy booking. We're going to do some more extensive deep dives. Maybe do a group fantasy booking where we all book the same thing.
Right.
And we'll do some Fed or WCW or whatever. We'll do a promotion booking where we'll book from, say, WrestleMania to SummerSlam or whatever. We'll do a whole coherent angle booking. But this is just a brief preview of what we want to get into. So, you know what? Do we have anything else to say? Nate?
Let's go ahead and close this chapter on this booking.
Wow. Kevin, save this segment.
Roman Reigns wins. LOL.
Hey, Vince booking. There you go.